Lally ho, friends. I hope you're well. Apologies for my quiet and slightly croaky voice. I'm not very well. But we are back, and we are today going to be going to Raz Adhan. We're going to ignore the Charlene questline for now, and we're going to go and explore the new continent, for we are Thavnair bound. Because I want to see what Thavnair is like. It looked cool, but I had my reservations about the use of colour and how flat it kind of made it seem. I have Kryle's instructions in hand. If you're ready to set out, then so are we. Having been to Thavnair before, I can travel by Aetheryte, but what of the rest of you? Another sea voyage would waste time we do not have. Kryle was of the same mind and has always secured the aid of the good folk of the Confluence. We'll take ourselves there. The Confluence, thou sayest? Oh, is this a teleportation network that they can use without being attuned? I'm afraid so, my friend. Huh? Thou would recall the hunt for Iceheart, into whose sanctuary we delivered thee owing to the knowledge of our comrade Moonbreeder? Moonbreeder was an authority on etherology, a field of study she did embark upon in pursuit of her parents' example. Both are authorities in their own right, and both are researchers at the Confluence. Haven't you got to see them yet? I attempted to do so earlier, but to my shame my courage failed me at the last. As it hath the many times I thought to reach out to them after sending that fateful letter. Neither time nor introspection has revealed unto me the words I should speak, and thus have I kept my silence. Whether you come with us or no is your choice and yours alone. If it is too difficult, we'll manage. Thou art kind to say, sir, but I have no intention of forsaking our cause. I shall go to the conference, and I shall face that which hath been long overdue. If it's settled, then let us be off. When we arrive, we should look for a researcher named Kites. We shall leave the other quest for later. For today, we do Thancred's branch, the Raz Adhan branch. And also today I'll do the other one, but in this particular video. Oh, hold on, where am I going? At some point I will remember what buttons I've got things set to. Excuse me? Who are you and what is your quest? The hunt for specimens. The diminutive gleaner is on the lookout for an able-bodied adventurer. Do my eyes deceive me, or are you Temujin Blackthorn? See, people do recognise us. Well, as I live and breathe, it is you. Heh, I knew I'd be the first to track you down. Who's the guild shop's top hunter now, eh? Wait, you have heard of guild ship hunts, yes? They're not so different from the hunts you're familiar with in Eorzea, as I understand it. I wager they're rather more challenging, but an adventurer your calibre would never turn down a challenge, would you? Would you? Well, would you? No, you would not. Pray, speak with Nothota at the Peristyle to register your interest at your earliest convenience. Hunts! We shall very quickly grab these. I'm Nothota. Have you come to place a bounty on an unruly beast? By the Scholar, you're Temujin. I was half convinced I sent the others on an impossible task asking them to find you. The Gleaner's Guildship has begun posting hunt bills, you see, in the hopes that capable individuals will take up arms to lighten our increasing load. Unfortunately, capable individuals remain the sticking points. Few hailing from our fair polis are willing to take up arms, let alone able to stand up against the more fearsome specimens. You, however, have the experience and the grit that we need. When I heard that you arrived on our shores, it was music to my ears. You needn't work for free, of course. Done our research, and the rewards we offer are as fine as any you'll find abroad. currency we employ is a relic of times when Gleaner was a great deal less figurative, so you may find it somewhat eccentric. Was as good as Gilly. Speaking of eccentric, it should be noted that the majority of our clients are scholars. You probably won't have heard of half the creatures they send you after, but I find it best not to worry about that overmuch. Slay beasts, collect samples, try not to think about the long-term effects of touching said samples, and get paid. Simple, no? That being said, I wouldn't dream of throwing you in the deep end just yet. Let's have you start off with some junior marks so you can get your feet wet. Guildship hunts now accessible. You are now permitted to take bills for junior marks from Guildship hunt boards in Old Charlian and Razathan. Defeat the monsters described on the bills and you will be rewarded with tokens that can be exchanged for exclusive items. New quests at 83. Okay, so this will unfortunately spoil a little bit for us. So Labyrinthos, Thavnair, Labyrinthos, Thavnair, Garlemald, Labyrinthos. Okay, and I need to find somewhere to put them. I've got so many of these things. I can go there for now. And what can we buy? Diabolus wings? Hold on. Oh, these use the same... same currency. You acquire the Diabolus Wings personal effects. Ha ha! Now I am Diabolus! What you're looking at? Why has nobody stood around this Lalafell? That's just weird. Right, so. Leaves of Old Charlian. The specimen... that specimen came from the moon? I like the fact that these glow. Obviously, we can't use these in combat or anything. Which is almost a shame. But that's fine. Oh, and we've got some... can't go through there. Right, we've got some level 80 quests. Where am I going? Here. Oh, yes. The Confluence. That was a nice little distraction. We're almost halfway through level 80 as well. Although, to be fair, that was possibly... in fact, that was almost certainly because I've done a leveling dungeon. Kite! My wings have gone. Well, now, this is rather a lot of stern faces. Are my library books overdue again? Not to our knowledge. We're associates with Kryl of the Students of Baldesion. We seek passage to Thavnair and understand that you can assist us. Ah, the test subjects. Welcome, welcome. Test subjects. Oh, you hadn't heard. Well, then allow me to explain. So, in order to travel to an aetheryte, you ordinarily need to be attuned to it beforehand. Otherwise, you can't use it as a beacon to send out while you're a mess of ether hurtling along the live stream. An inconvenient but incontrovertible limitation of the aetheryte's teleportation. But what if I were to tell you that there's a way to travel to an aetheryte without being attuned to it? A way to teleport instantly to places you've never been. For long years, we've laboured to make such travel possible, that people might move about more freely. I want her hair. And we've done it. Finally, we've created a new kind of aetheryte that doesn't require attunement. Truly? That changes everything. Well, a language may have been a bit misleading. The user need not attune to these aetherites, but the aetherites themselves must have been pre-attuned to each other, thereby facilitating travel between the 2 points. But it just so happens that our first test pair of aetherites, of aetherites, one has been installed here in Charlotte, and the other over in Yidlimad, a port town in Thavnair. As you may know, our nation has long maintained strong ties with Razarhan, and indeed we owe much of this breakthrough to the contributions of their alchemists. So, to sum up, we're to test these aetherites. How fortuitous for you. I should mention that an accident has impaired my ability to channel ether. Will this be a problem? Not at all. As a matter of fact, you might say these aetherites were made for people like your good self. Magics imbued within will whisk you away without any effort on your part. A veritable dream come true. And far be it for me to worry about such things, but we do have permission to make use of your shiny new invention. The only permission required is yours, so assuming you're willing, we're all set. It may come as a surprise, but we actually struggle to find test subjects. Most people seem to have an unreasonable fear of their souls gradually disintegrating as they drift helplessly in the live stream. In the statistically unlikely event that anything goes awry. But it's plain that you aren't most people. Mr. Skral truly knows how to pick 'em. Oh, there's Uyanche. If I might change the subject, are Master Wilson and Mistress Blueja not present today? Oh, you didn't hear? They recently resigned their post. Their expertise was needed elsewhere. A large-scale project helmed by the Forum itself, as I understand, but I'm not privy to the details. I see. Yeah, this will be Labyrinthos. Any other questions? No? Then let's get going before you change your minds. Please see to your preparations and head outside to the Aetherite Plaza. I'll be along shortly. I like her design. I mean, her hair needs work, but that'll all be fixed with mods soon enough. Is always the first mod that I install, and one of the only. I don't use many. Although words unsaid yet weigh heavy on my heart, I shall devote mine all to our task in Thavnair. Given my experience with teleportation, I'd be lying if I said I didn't have reservations, but I will trust in Qual. Is that a little lizard? Whoa! I think it was, oh, there you are. Hello? Hello? You've got a butterfly for a tail. I know, you've got a ribbon on your tail. Oh, that's odd. You Wistinian's pet. I shall teleport the tried and trusted way. Tried and trusted, yes. Tried and trusted way. Good luck. I mean... Oh yes, we do need to, because we've not been there before, obviously. I'm so smart. Oh, it's the experimentation music. What happens if other people are using it at the time?
Right. We're all set.
The fact that they've voiced her.
Just the 4 of you, was it?
3.
3. I'm already attuned to the crystal in Thavnair.
You are? Oh. I would have preferred more test subjects. Oh, well, never mind. If our 3 travellers could line up here, please.
So she's slightly cockney. I'm terrible with accents, despite being British. Oh, they got a walk to run transition animation then. They've put some effort into this.
Yes, right there is fine. Take a deep breath, and I'll soon have you soaring through the ether.
Ether. Boom. Oh. Oh. Ah.
Oh, and one last thing. You might experience a teensy-weensy touch of violent ethereal sickness. Good luck!
What?
Yes! Success! Possibly. Hopefully. We're going to get scattered. teensy-weensy touch of violent ethereal sickness. Delightful. Oh. And hopefully where we were supposed to be. Fingers crossed.
Thavnair, home to city-state Rads at Khan. Rising from the southeast waters of the Bounty, this Isle of Plenty served as the battleground for a conflict between two peoples. Their cultures bled into one another until a unique amalgamation was distilled from the chaos, in a process not unlike their precious alchemy. Once solidified as a single nation, an adamant stance of neutrality would hold invaders at bay. For a time.
I suppose Emma knows.
Now across this vibrant isle creeps a fog of malice. What choice do you have?
Look.
What chance?
Bloop. Well, we only need to do it once.
Against such an insidious foe.
I love the fact that Emmett's narration is broken up by us vomiting our guts up. Also, new screen effect. Ilsabard. Thavnair. Of course, because Ilsabard is the entirety of the middle section of the continent, isn't it? Poor Urianger. Oh. We've travelled the frickin' rift. How hard could this be?
I've seen fairer faces after a bout of bad shellfish.
Which, of course, Estinian loves. Not the bad bit.
Let me bring you something to drink. That should help settle your bellies.
It's so strange seeing us vaguely vulnerable.
There was a note with Kryle's instructions.
Oh?
Don't let Estinian roam the markets alone. He's alarmingly bad with coin.
As bad as Alphino? Shake it off, Gemma. For we shall go and rescue our coin purses. Why is Estinian bad with money? You managed to will yourself to your feet, but given your condition, will you be able to reach Estinian in time? Oh. He took it to a junk monger of all things. Blah, blah. You there, I need 3 drinks. Something that helps with ether sickness. But by the minutiae, a traveller. Greetings and welcome. You're wise, good sir, to come to me. My special amalassi made with only the finest and freshest ingredients is famed for calming unruly bellies. By way of a warm welcome to Thavnair, I'm pleased to offer it to you for the low price of 19,800 gil. Not 1, not 2, but 3 bottles. Bargain amongst bargains. The price is highway robbery, and you want to say as much to Estinian, but you realise any words of warning you cry out would be accompanied by your last meal. You must stand before Estinian and using gestures deny that the deal is fair. / deny. Don't do it. Huh. I thought you could barely stand. What do you need to tell me that's so urgent? Wait, I shouldn't buy the lassie. The merchant is swindling me. What? Sincerest apologies, sir, but I appear to have my prices confused. It's actually 1,890 gil for the 3 bottles of lassie. Huh. That confusion would have been quite costly. For both of us. Very well then, your coin. Here, a bottle for each of you. Take them to the others and get some rest. I'll be back after I've explored the town. Oh, Mr. Junkmonger? What are you selling? You are also selling the level 80 stuff. Well, I am clearly... Can I put this on a hotbar? I can! I am now pretty! I have wings! Oh dear. Oh, we've got our chocobo here. So we can ride around... Oh, that cancels it, does it? Give me my wings back. Ugh. Have some lassie. Lassie. Laddie. Praise be to the 12. My stomach doth loosen its death grip. My heartfelt thanks to thee, Andestinian, and to the fine fruits of this land. Yeah, whatever, Uyange. You were in time. Excellent. You spared us Tattoo's wrath. Now the wrath of a void sent is wrath indeed. Sweet, sweet release. If you haven't already, you should have yours too. Right. I'm ready to get on with it. That lassie truly worked wonders. Nod. Back on your feet, I see. Hi, Stinian. Thy hair. Aye, I've found it. This is the most I could do against this heat, short of shedding my armour. The irony being that randomly it is raining in Thavnair. May I ask where you got the cord for it? A local vendor. The man said it's a Thavnairian weave, tough and not easily unravelled. And how much did it cost? 9,400 gil. A steal, I was told. It is nothing fancy, but I've always valued function over form. That's incredible. I dare say not even Alphino could hold a candle to you. I expected the Azure Dragoon to put up more of a fight. Are all Hannish merchants so unscrupulous? It is not uncommon for merchants to set their prices high, but doesn't it seem excessive here? Fear. I am inclined to agree with thine assessment. It doth seem excessive, unusually so. Claiming Thavnair as its dominion, the nation of Radzat Han hath long thrived as a hub of commerce. In the beginning, there were the Arkasodra, a Matanga tribe indigenous to this island. Over time, they came to be joined by other races, and through their intermingling, a culture rich and distinct did emerge. From alchemy to textiles, the products of Hannish culture have come to be celebrated and coveted the world over. The development only aided by the nation's prime location as a waypoint betwixt east and west. All of this hath combined to make a trading power of Radzat Han, yet such a status cannot be taken for granted. Nay, it must needs be maintained through judicious governance and stringent regulation. Neither of which I see any evidence. given that merchants at a gateway town are free to fleece hapless travellers and tarnish the reputation of the nation at large. Just so. That opportunistic pricing is rampant doth suggest that oversight is much weakened, or mayhap that the people have fallen upon hard times. Whatever the truth may be, it will be prudent to ascertain the current state of affairs. Nod. Prudent and practical, aye. We've naught to lose by learning more. So, here we seek out Kral's acquaintance. Shall we see what information we can gather here in Yedlimard? Nod. Excellent. We didn't exactly get off to a flying start, but we'll make up for it. Be thou assured that I am quite recovered. Lassie is truly a boon for unruly stomachs. Is it truly so amusing to see my hair bound? Just how I used to wear it, a functional fashion. Perhaps you were confused by how you found me following Nidhogg's demise. It had fallen loose after the chirurgeons removed me from my armour and put me to bed. I simply decided to leave it that way for a time, seeing as I would not don the Azure Dragoon's helm again. Thanks, Stinian. Because one of the things that I cared the most about was your hair. What's over here that it says I can interact with? Gemstone trader. Welcome, traveller. That's right, we're open for business again. Can't sit wallowing where there's sales to be made, am I right? So, got any bicoloured gemstones you're willing to part with? Interesting. So, bicoloured gemstones are not expansion unique. So I've got loads of them, essentially. Right, so what does this count as? Is this a... No, this is a region. Because there's a fate. Full Petal Alchemist. The Great Work. Halaka's Stand. What are we getting here? Horse Chestnut Handgear. 515. What am I actually wearing? 520. His stomach behaving once more, Thancred is ready to get to work. Right. Let us split up and make inquiries in town. Demagen, the pier is yours. Once we've learned what we can, we regroup by the Aetherites. Off-putting though the mere sight of it may be. Yeah, there's something about the cadence of that that I don't quite agree with. No, of course we can't fly here, Demagen, you complete muppets. Because it's a new expansion and you haven't collected the ether currents, dear lord. I shall investigate this crate of fruits. This crate is laden with fruits, but they are on the verge of spoiling as if they have been left too long. I like the view. Surveying. Oh. I like the view even more now, I can see. Gazing out from the pier, you spy boats moored off nearby isles with the silhouettes of larger seafaring vessels farther away. Compared to other ports you have visited in the past, there appears to be very little activity. Now, I had my reservations about the use of colour. Oh, mind you, if I turn off reshade, how much of a difference does that make? Yeah, see, things look just a little bit... Oops, no. Things look just a little bit flatter than I think they could do. Just bumping up the contrast ever so slightly. Hello, sir? Madam? One of the two, I can't tell. What am I doing? Oh, it's madam, it's no art. What am I doing? I recorded myself. Still do it daily out of habit, though I don't know why I bother. Hardly sell anything these days. Business has never been this terrible. I suppose things could be even worse. I could have a consortium to keep afloat like Calzol. Calzol? Calzol. I don't envy his position. Better to be alone with my little operation, I've come to realise. You're a traveller by the looks of you. If you have a moment, perhaps you could pay Calzal a visit. We'd be glad for tidings from abroad. Like as not, you'll find him at the Saltwind Sails, the harbour guild building across the water from here. So, fallen on hard times, I assume due to the massive ass tower. Well now, if it isn't a traveller, you're a rare sight in these unsettled times. People have been giving us a wide berth since that accursed tower suddenly appeared in no air. If it just stood there and loomed ominously, perhaps things would be fine after a fashion. But no, it had to spawn fell fiends as well. We still have our lives thanks to the Radiant Host. Military guard? But business is as good as dead. What will become of us, only the gods know. This place is cool looking. Dalmascans aren't coming, but we won't have everything ordered. What are we supposed to do with it? I don't know, but yelling at me isn't going to help. All I know is that their plans have changed, and that's that. Look, you must have known this might happen. The Empire's at war with itself, and the provinces are in chaos. And then there's the tower sitting on our doorstep, spitting out monstrosities. The city has its defences, but we've been afforded no protection out here. Can't blame foreigners for not wanting to take the risk. Yeah, this will be an enormous loss. All right, forget about the Dalmascans. Surely some ships are still coming. We have fresh produce, handicrafts, medicines, all the perennial Hannish favourites. Our consortium works closely with merchants and artisans to supply only the finest wares. Quality is guaranteed. I know all these things, Calzal, I do. Which is why I regret to say I have nothing for you. All voyages have been cancelled or indefinitely postponed. And you are? Wait, you're a foreigner, are you not? A merchant? Please tell me you're a merchant. Warrior of Lights. Ah, see, that's a shame. I'm sorry, but we're discussing important matters. If you need something, please talk to one of the others. Excuse me? My name is Matsia, and I'm here to see Calzal. He's a bit busy. Oh, it seems he's busy. I'll come back later then. Wait, giant elephant person! Talk to me! I wish to talk to the Elephant Man. Can't call him the Elephant Man. That brings with it unfortunate connotations. Hello? Yes? Can I help you? Ah, I remember seeing you back in the guild. You wanted to speak with Calzal too, did you? I'm Matsia, a fisherman of Akyali, a nearby village. I sell my catch to Calzal, who offers it to foreign merchants, but he hasn't bought anything for a while now. When I heard that the consortium has been struggling, I became worried and decided to come and see him. Just as soon as he's free, anyway. He's a hard-working man, and I dare not disturb him. I don't think there's any real point me opening these coffers, is there? Because it's a 515 handgear. Yeah, I guess I'll save it for my scholar. That's Gunbreaker. That's not what we want. Right, we're over halfway through now. A fisherman's friend? If I may ask, what is it that you do? God killer. We sell ourselves short all the time. An adventurer, you say? And you travel the world, helping people? Then that must mean you're great at dealing with strangers. Please, won't you teach me to be like you? You see, I brought some fresh fish with me. A portion I couldn't preserve, and I want to sell them. The problem is, I'm terrible with people. I've only ever dealt with Kalzal, and I can't talk to customers without getting my trunk in a twist. So please, as silly as it might sound, will you not peddle the fish in my stead and show me how it's done? Yeah! You seem really nice. If you're willing, please let me know and we can begin at once. The events to follow cannot be skipped. Interesting. You'll do it then. Show me how to deal with customers. I'm in your debt. Right. Please try peddling my fish to, shall we say, 3 people here in Yedelman. I will observe you and learn. Mansir is now accompanying you. Keep him at your side in order to proceed with quest objectives. You can leave him behind by entering a different area, put into it. Yes. Okay. Come with me! My elephantile friend. Elephantile? That's not a word, is it? Elephantine. Don't know. Meruna. Hello, it is I, Diplomatic Demigen. Yes. Fish! I got fish here, fresh fish. Straight from the sea's bosom to your mouth. I'm sure your bosom fish are very fresh, but this is rather sudden. Don't need any fish right now, so thanks but no thanks. No! Never mind, it never goes well the first time. I'm sure you'll fare better with the next customer. Well, cheers. Gosh darn! Why is this not popping sprint? It should be popping sprint. Where are we going? Over there. Oh, there's the Skywatcher. I keep pressing triangle because I've changed the controls. Nasreen? Her name rings a bell. A hawker, are you? You sell fruit, by chance? If so, I want to buy some armor. Let's say a dozen. They don't need to be export quality. What do you need so many armor for? Why, for eating, of course. It may seem like a lot, but of late I go through that much in no time at all. I'm a stock taker by trade, but with no vessels coming these days, the wares are beginning to pile up. By the same token, nothing is coming in from overseas, but not a day goes by that someone doesn't come along asking when the next shipment is arriving for this and that and this and that. All of it wears me down, and I find myself feeling constantly hungry. I know how you feel. Thank you. A pity you don't sell fruit, but I enjoyed our little chat. Took my mind off my troubles for a moment. No! I wonder if we can actually fail this. Or whether this is just the natural state of things. It's Aladdin? Where am I going? What is that? Is that Cerberus? But I could ride, realistically, couldn't I? Bazamar. What is it? If you don't mind, I'm rather busy. Oh, God, my stomach. Ugh. Ah, this looks like a man in need of fish. Ether sickness? No, nothing so unusual. In my hurry to get back to work, I just ate a little too quickly. You should take it easier. Eat more slowly and savour your food. Would that I could, but I can't afford to be idle. Like as not, circumstances will surely get worse before they get better. And so I'm working as hard as I can while I still can, the better to be prepared. What an industrious young man you are. Well, it's not like I'm trying to impress anyone. Ah, if you'll excuse me... Oh, damn it. Too bad we couldn't make a sale, but we did manage to build something of a relationship. Thank you so much for your demonstration. It was truly an eye-opening experience. Yes, it opened our eyes to the fact that I'm shit at selling fish. Surprising. Nobody. Probably. Look at you with your fancy Ozma mounts that I really want but have never been able to get because I never do the duty. Oh, did I just... Oh, he can't keep up with you. Yeah. Ah, you're back. Shall we continue where we left off then? I lost track of him. He doesn't come on the mount. Thank you for thank you so much for showing me how to talk to customers. Though you didn't manage to sell any fish in the end, but the ways you fearlessly approached strangers gave me courage. I wonder if that's how it was going to go down regardless. When I peddle my wares, I'll remember your example and endeavour to be fearless too. Good. Nod. Still, there's only so much I can do alone. I hope that things will return to normal for Kalzal soon. I thought I heard a familiar voice. Oh no, I thought I heard a familiar voice. And who should it be but Mattia? Kalzal, have you finished your business at the guild? So you were there too. Forgive me. Try as I might, I can't find any buyers. No ships coming in and hardly any going out. There simply aren't any options at this rate. So, you can't buy my fish anymore. I'm sorry, Matsy, I truly am. But for now, you must peddle your own goods. But by myself, I can't. I want to help you, I do. But as it stands, I can barely help myself. We need to do something about this. We have an upset elephant. I've poured my all into the consortium, and I'll be damned if I let it fall apart. My friends and families depending on me, and I won't fail them. My sisters as my witness. That's all. Not to worry. Using what I've learned from you, I'm sure I'll manage somehow. Well, I'd best return to my village. My thanks again. Please take care on the road. Well, this is oddly depressing, isn't it? Speak with Dad Cred. A load of quests have suddenly appeared? Come, Vidia. Huh. I guess if we sort out the tower problem, then things will get better. There you are. Gotten over your ether sickness, have you? Mayhap, owing to the island's small size, the tower's impact upon the people's lives does not appear more pronounced here than anywhere else. I see you've been busy. Managed to learn a tidbit or two, I trust? Yeah, the place is screwed. Especially merchants based. I see. We also heard that the tower is affecting many locals' livelihoods, but to think that it would be to such an extent. For another notable, if not wholly unexpected, discovery, disappearances and kidnappings are disturbingly commonplace. As before, the culprits are almost certainly tempered Imperial soldiers. And as before, they mean to use the faith of their hapless thralls to call forth a lunar primal. Business as usual. Little Offroy. Helping a struggling fisherman you've only just met to peddle his catch? Yes, you would do something like that. It happened. No, that's the same dialogue as before. Judging by his furrowed brow, something important has occurred to Estinian. That Matsia fellow you were helping. He's Akasodra, is he not? Apparently, it is almost exclusively his people that are being kidnapped. Should he be travelling alone? If summoning is this perpetrator's aim, it doth stand to reason that Akasodra would be their primary targets. For 'tis the faith of their ancestors which prevaileth in this land, and many are devout adherents still. We better go after him. Akyali lies to the west, as I recall. The same direction as Kral's acquaintance, incidentally. It's settled then. Keep your eyes peeled while we make for the village. I see an unlock quest. Stepchild. What are you going to unlock, Stepchild? Oh, an ether current. Yeah, we need to do these. Why are the Matanga everywhere? Is this town fallen? Ah, your face. It's known to me. You were the warrior who fought for the mole in the Nardarm. I am Ogul of the Katian. It was your bravery and skill which inspired me to embark upon my own hero's journey. Yet now I've foolishly blundered into a den of Matanga. Why do these others walk without fear? Do they not care if they're slaughtered? Oh yeah, because of course the Matanga are the elephant people, and there's loads of kind of nasty ones over the steppes. The Akasodra are a civilized tribe. I like your outfit. I do not doubt your word, but grandmother will always warn me. If you encounter a Matanga, you turn tail and flee as fast and far as you can. The tail's awful and bloody, and so now the very sight of them, the terror rises unbidden. I cannot stay here. I must earn enough coin to buy passage from this nightmare island as soon as possible. I beg you, stay at my side for a time, just until I meet with this Kankana person the sailors told me about. She's said to have work that pays a fair wage, so I'll see what she has for me. Yes, your armour is very nice. Very nice indeed. Yes, I'd forgotten about Aetheryte quests. A fate in the water? Right, let's go and do this quest first, because we can. And because we should help out a person in need. Because we are the Warrior of Light, and this is what we do. And also, I want the Aetherytes. Apparently there's not as many. So... Oh. Of course, they are in fact a Matanga. By the Dust Mother, no one told me Kankana was a Matanga. Could I ask you to speak with her in my stead? Hi! Welcome to Yidlimal, traveller. I am Kankana. It is my job to assign the right work to the right workers. Might I have your name? Temujin and Ogle, was it? Let me jot those down. Oh, grandmother, why? Why did it have to be a Matanga? Is your companion quite all right? Ah, an understandable reaction. The Gadjusura tribe have done much to stain the reputation of our people. You are looking for work, though, yes? Many have been forced to take what they can get since the troubles began, so I'm afraid all the simple jobs are gone. As for what's left, I only have tasks fit for seasoned fighters. Does that sound like something you could do? Maybe? Fighting? I can fight. Let you doubt my skill is likened to that of the Dragonbane, the legendary Chakazor herself. I'm not familiar with the name, but you sound formidable indeed. Why don't we start you out on escort duty then? A group of artisans set off to harvest materials and ask that I send any prospective protectors their way should I happen to enlist any. What? They already set off? Is our duty not to escort them? There's to be a ritual dance performed in Kajaya's footsteps. They'll need incense and costumes for the dances and such. The entire thing was decided rather suddenly, so there was no time to waste. Don't know what that sound was. And these artisans you speak of, do they also include Matanga in their number? It was an Arcasodra who submitted the request. I hope that won't be a problem. Oh, not at all. I look forward to fighting at the feet of my most feared enemy. Derigen, I cannot do this alone. Pray lend me the strength of the victor of the Nardum, and half the reward for this task will be yours. Oh, very pretty eyes. The artisans didn't plan to venture far. Leave Yedlamad to the west, and you shall soon come across your employer. I like his outfit as well. Her outfit. Then that is where we shall meet. You will find me there, yes? No, I'm going to ignore you for the rest of the game. Ba, 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 ba. Oh, it's literally here. So a super great distance. Oh dear. You've discovered a new location. Saltwind's welcome. Ah, you must be our belated escort, yes? Glad to have such courageous... is your companion not well? She seems a bit shaky. Of course. I should have thought of it before. I shall harvest the necessary ingredients while the artisan stays here. That way I have no need to fear him. Being harmed. Yes, perfect. I must say, this is less than ideal. My people are already scattered across the wilds, and I wanted someone to roam around and ensure they were safe from attack. Is your friend perhaps frightened by Arcasodra? I've met such travellers before. Well, no matter. If you could patrol the area as I asked, I must attend to my own harvesting. That's an elephant. Ogle has run off into the wilds alone. Keep an eye out for her as you continue your patrol. I summon thee, Triskelion. Ah, elephants. Have I not got grit on? Not quite as dramatic musically. Oh. Interesting. Ogle, you did nothing. You must think me foolish. I was so absorbed in my task that I failed to notice the ground shaking at their approach. Still, my injuries are light and my satchel is full. Thanks to you, I think I can make it back to town in time to meet the others. Hi, what happened? Did you slay the beast? That was a near thing. I took the first one by surprise, but the second... Then the Matanga stood at my back, my mind froze and my body refused to obey. Grandmother taught me that we should let fear wash over us like water, but to my shame I could not have failed her more thoroughly. Not to sound ungrateful, Jemingen, but why did you follow me? I didn't. Ugh. Right. We were to patrol? Forgive me, I should have waited for orders instead of running off alone and putting lives in peril. Come, we should return to our employer. I want to be sure that the wounded man reached safety. Giant elephants! Go and grab that in a moment as well. What's the shiny thing? Oh, the shiny thing's our MSQ destination. My colleague told me of his rescue. Although we had hoped for an escort from the start, imagine if you hadn't come at all. I sent him and the others back to our workshop, so consider your duty with us complete. You have my thanks. As for your payment, that you can collect from Kankana. That was easy. Right, I suppose we report to Kankana then. You were useless. "179 yards to the east." Go and grab that in a moment. Ah, there you are. Your employer expressed satisfaction with your work, so congratulations on a job well done. As a response to the recent chaos, the upcoming ritual is hastily planned, to say the least. As a consequence, the artisans have been hard-pressed to make everything ready. But when times are hard, the people of Thavnair rely on such traditions to renew their faith and bolster their hearts with the teachings of the divine. The death of an artisan would have thrown the whole thing into disarray, and thus your rescue was timely indeed. Please, accept your payment, half each as agreed upon. Are you interested in further work? I may have something for you, if so. Okay, so as is the case for a lot of Ether Current NPCs, they've got more stuff afterwards. 73 arms to the northeast. Oh, it's there. We shall grab this. Oh, we are 57 minutes into this episode. To be fair, we have done quite a lot to the north. I guess that's atop the... Can we get up here? Oh, yes, we can. It's going to be over the other side of that, isn't it? Something tells me it's not going to be as easy to get to as you might like. Is there going to be a thing in the way? They generally do a pretty good job of guiding you around the zones, so if you try and go too far off the beaten path, doesn't it always work? We might be able to go and get it, or there might be a massive chasm in the way. My money's on the latter, frankly. Unless this is just a riverbed. No, that's a massive chasm. That's a level 85 tiger. Yeah, it's not letting us down there. So that's an area that we will be going to later. Probably as part of some kind of weird ritual. Right, I expect that this is going to send us up to the great work. So let's just continue. What is that? I haven't seen half of these. You discover a new location. Yes. I love that mount. It's so daft. You do not see Matsia nearby, but the elevated ground up ahead may provide a better vantage point. Adamantoises? No stomping for you, my tortoise friend. Nuts. How much XP did we get for that? $134,640. which doesn't seem like a lot in comparison to what it used to be, but of course the amount of XP required has been lowered dramatically, because, you know, it's 6 million as opposed to, what was it, 30? Close to 30 million? Do not see Matsuya from here either. No, leave me alone. Help! Somebody help! Matsuya's voice, and it came from the north. The north remembers. I think this is one of my favourite mounts in the game. I can't even remember what those things are called. Tempered Imperials? I shall tank all of them! Possibly for a while, depending on how many people appear. Oh, I should never do this. Because this ends up happening. There we go. They've all gone. Huh? Where did they go? Why are you here? Ah, I see you found him in time. This is Thancred. He's a daddy. You and your friends came to look for me? I don't know how to thank you. On my way home, I took a moment to stop and rest. Think about what to do about, well, everything. And then those men came. Kidnappers! We'd heard that the Arcosodra were being targeted. Surely you have as well. Perhaps it's best if you took refuge in the city. We've considered it, me and the others. But fishing is all we know. The ocean all we have. I see. That's your decision to make, but you should take care not to travel alone. A question, if I may. It is our understanding that strange fiends have emerged from the tower. What canst thou tell us of these beings? Not much, I'm afraid. I have no idea what they are, but I've heard that some bear an unsettling resemblance to our divinities. Primals. For that reason, some have taken to calling the tower Zot. Dungeon number 1. House of Divinities in the older tongue, it means. But they're not true divinities. They're monstrous imitations that bring only death. To have one's faith so twisted is a grievous indignity, and full justified art thou in thine outrage. Know that 'tis for no other purpose but to neutralize the tower that we have journeyed to this land. In time we may be forced to contend with these false gods, and thus we would learn all we may about them. Wilt thou not tell us of thy divinities and their true nature? You've come all this way to save us? Really? To think I had you peddling fish? But to answer your question, yes, of course. We're glad to tell you about our gods. We, I say, because I'm a terrible storyteller, and I'd ask my fellow villagers to do it. So please, come to our village. We're good, gods-fearing folk, all of us, and we'd be honoured to share our knowledge. And fish. What sayest thou? Shall we pay a visit to Achiale? Nod. Wonderful. Just follow the road west and down the hill. You can't miss it. Thump, 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 thump. So, 'tis the simulacra of Thavnairian gods that are being summoned. If any doubt existed before, there can be none now. The kidnapped Hannish are imprisoned in the tower. I pray that we will be able to save them. Though indeed, saving them will mean confronting their false gods, like as not. Aye, as you said, we do well to study their religious traditions. Turkiali! I love the fact that Estinian doesn't nod. Onwards we go. Are people riding the bike because it's offering a movement speed buff here still? I'd assume they would have fixed that by now. But Garja, go Gaga! Fate joined. I still got silver for that. Fair. Fair is fair. Fair is foul and foul is fair. Pilgrims. Devout pilgrims versus the jungle lizards. Huh. You discover a new location. I've discovered a new recipe. Oh, this is a nice, quaint little village. I love how video game villages never have enough houses to house just the NPCs that are on display, let alone, you know, what you assume to be an entire village full of people. Welcome to Akali, my friend. The name means white beach, and there isn't much here save that, but please make yourself at home. Your companions have already begun talking to everyone. Feel free to show yourself around and do the same. Any one of us could tell you about our gods, but you could do worse than to start with Kanga and a whole old Hasvedya. They're free at the moment, as it happens. I'd noticed. You wish to know about our gods? What a curious visitor you are. Most want fish. In any case, I'm happy to oblige. Now, I don't know how it is whence you hail, but our isle is home to many gods. They can be divided into two groups. The Manusia, beings of wisdom who assume the forms of men, and the Mirga, beings of might who assume the form of beasts. Together they are divinities, their forms and personalities many and varied. Some are kind and gentle, others stern and temperamental, just like we mortals can be. All are possessed of great insight and experience, and by heeding their teachings we strive to be better people and live better lives. Okay. Oh. Interested in learning about our gods, you say? Yeah, that's what I like to hear. Pick up your ears then and listen. In ancient times, the Manusia and the Mirga, deities who look like men and beasts respectively, were locked in conflicts. Eventually, seeking the wisdom of the Manusia, the Mirga cast aside their own heads and took up those of their foes. Likewise, the Manusia coveted the might of the Mirga, and so they too resolved to trade heads. Thus were born new gods, possessed of both might and wisdom, and they ushered in an age of harmony between the two factions. From then on, as a sign of their esteem for one another, the Manusia were worn animal faces, and the Mirga the limbs of men. Okay. Charming little village. Same about the hideous tower. Yes. Indeed. There you are. Learned a thing or two about our gods, I trust. Just a couple. While you were off talking to the others, I remembered something that may be of interest. If you could let your friends know, I'll go and fetch it from my home at once. Oh? What is it? Is it something interesting? Apologies for the wait. I wish to show this hanging scroll which depicts 3 of our most revered deities. By all means, we should like to see it. That's the wrong voice. Whatever. Ah, the Magus sisters. They are Manusia. You heard about them already, yes? 3 sisters. The center one is the eldest, Sinduva, a goddess of wisdom. For this, alchemists hold her in the highest. So that's Cindy. To her right is the middle sister, Sanduva, as a goddess of wealth. She counts many traders among her followings. Sandy. And on the left is Mindaruva, the youngest sibling, Mindy. She presides over the crafts and so is beloved by weavers. And though each is worshipped for different reasons, the sisters are usually portrayed together in these works, which people keep in their homes for good fortune. It's interesting that they've woven the Magus sisters in. In like fashion to the Manusia, the deities of Oilse preside over myriad aspects of life. And what of the Murga, if I may ask? The Murga hold power over nature. In ages past, they were revered as guardian deities in times of conflict. If you have occasion to visit our temples and ruins, you'll find their images there. Among them is a god who possesses a gorgeous head, and he is venerated as the progenitor of the Akasodara. Akasodara sounds cooler. And then there are dragons. They occupy a special place in our history. You worship dragons too? It's said that an ancestor of the satrap, that's the ruler of Radzat Han, forged a covenant with a dragon divinity in ancient times. Oh, is this where Vitra's going to come in? This divinity has since acted as the guardian deity of the satrap. Legends hold that, if ever the satrap is in need, his dragon ally will fly to his aid. Dragon ally. You claim to be a terrible storyteller, but nothing could be further from the truth. The passion you bear for your faith is plain to hear. I am confident that the information you've given us will serve us well in our efforts to deal with the tower. So Cindy, Mindy and Sandy, I always forget Sandy, and I don't know why. They're going to be bosses in the tower, one assumes. That is very kind of you to say. Thank you. I will pray for your success. Right, I believe it's time we sort out Kryl's acquaintance. An alchemist by the name of Nidhana. According to Kryl's notes, we're to find her at a place called the Great Work, further north along the coast. Fabulous! And we're going to leave that episode there because I've run over ever so slightly thanks to going and doing a little bit of side questy stuff. So we're heading up to the Great Work next. I wonder if... What's that sound? I wonder if we're going to go like in thirds maybe. Or whether the... Because that's 85 and that's 85, so I kind of get the feeling that that's going to be in a higher part of the zone. I suspect this whole thing runs through the centre. What have we got here? The Hamsa Hatchery, Giant Skull Grounds, Razad Han is that way, the Wakeful Tirana. Whereabouts is the tower? The tower's there. Yeah, so it's going to be past... the Great... Is that a sheep I can hear? I don't know. That must be something to do with the sound maxing. Maxing? Mixing. God, can't speak. Right, next time then, we will continue onwards to the Great Work. Hope you are enjoying the playthrough so far. I'm really liking the pace of the storytelling. You know, it's a step back from the world-shattering, life-changing stuff that we were experiencing towards the end of 5.3 and 5.4 and 5. It feels a little bit more back to the roots, just about, but not in any kind of major, you know, this is boring compared to what we've been doing. It's still interesting because it's still story. It's clearly building up to entry into Zot. And that's interesting, actually, because I'm assuming that Zot is the level 71 dungeon. I'm sure I've read that it's the first dungeon. Not 71, 81, obviously. So were we supposed to come here first and then go the Alphino Alizé way? Don't know. Guess we'll find out at either next time or some later time. That's going to be it. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. I'll catch you all in the next part. I'm not going to say what part number 1 because I haven't got a clue already. I've been recording for however many hours. So, toodles.
Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, why not click the like button and consider subscribing. Remember, you can ring the bell notification icon to get notified when new videos go live. And until next time, cheerio.